So I received a message from a gentleman from Brazil, and his question was, Sham, I do suffer from asthma, and I've been having it since I was very young, and I do not seem to be able to have it under control, and it's really affecting my job as a waiter in the restaurants, and it's a family-run operations. And do you have any tidbits of information for me on what I can do to live up to the promise of actually being a successful restaurant owner? And this video is going to be just about that. And I'm going to answer it in about 3, 2, and 1. So hello everybody, my name is Sham, the responsible restaurant owner. And pretty much this is a very sensitive question to me because I do suffer from asthma as well since I was 3 years old. And my friend, what can I say? Nobody still knows nowadays what are the reasons that trigger asthma. Some doctors go for they say there is a psychological drama that happened when you were younger. Some people say it's genetic. Some people say it's an allergy. There is so many different forms of it. And I made so much research about it. I mean, I've been having it since I was 3 years old, and I tried every single method there is out there. And I would love to hear about the method that you have been using if you are suffering from asthma, and what we can do to spread some positive knowledge about it. But literally the inhalers, seriously, that's what has been really working for me, having them in the morning or before any major physical activity. If you do not use your medication before and you wait until the asthma attack starts, you're going to spend pretty much a pretty bad moment. And for the people that don't know what this asthma attack is, it's pretty much, you remember when you think about when you breathe and you inhale 100%, so think about only being able to inhale like 40 or 50%, sometimes even less. I mean, people can die of asthma. So my recommendation to you, my friend, is definitely stick to your medication. You have to do your own research. Something that really has been helping me a lot is also drink coffee. So I'm not talking about big quantities, but literally coffee, for whatever reason, seems to be able to open the lungs, and it does help. Have your medication at the beginning of your day instead of waiting until the asthma attack kicks in, and know what triggers it. For some people it's allergies. For some people they do asthma due to effort. So for example, you will be working in the restaurant and then you're moving super fast and suddenly your asthma attack will start, which I believe is what you're suffering from. So when something like this happens, you need to take it quieter. You are very lucky to actually have a restaurant where you can manage the effort that you're putting into it. You are somehow self-employed by association to your family restaurant, and you may be able and need to take better positions. Maybe instead of running in the dining room, you're better off being a host, walking people through their tables and making sure that they have an actual good times. Another position that you can definitely take on is being an expo. Expo is the communication key between the front of the house and the back of the house, and ensure that there is no personal attachment to the mistakes that people do during service. But you know what? The hassle of the asthmatic person is real. Stick to your medication. You need to be on a program to keep it under control. It is not fun to have an asthma attack. And I'm going to try to crack a couple of little jokes here because have been living with asthma for pretty much all my life. But I like to say that you are made for pure energy and pure atmosphere. We are made for pure air. So definitely the climate is one of the biggest, if not most important factor that may trigger your asthma. So do seek maybe living closer to the mountain, far away from the ocean, in a place that's cleaner, etc., etc. Definitely physical exercise is something that can be good, and just you need to be able to recognize what triggers it. What is the thing that triggers it? Whenever you have asthma attack, have a little journal, write it down. What does trigger this asthma attack? And what you can do in order to be prepared for it. If it means taking your medication before every single shift, sorry, but hey, that's what you need to do in order to take care of your part of the bargain. The good news about these people that have asthma attacks and that have breathing problems, they always end up overperforming everybody else, because just the fact that you cannot breathe like everybody else, it pushes us to always do better and try to actually go beyond. Another thing that's actually pretty exciting, if you're into spirituality or enlightenment, a lot of traditions encourage focusing on your breath. They say that by focusing on your breath, you should be able to reach enlightenment, whatever that means. And guess what? The fact of being asthmatic, you always have to think and focus about your breath. So think about yourself as an enlightened person if you want. But thank you so much for reaching out. This is definitely an off question that I was not expecting at all. But stick to the medicine, stick to the basics, stay strong, watch your nutrition, stay away from lactose products, stay away from anything that is dairy related, seek good climates, run away from pollution, smoke. It's just gonna force you to have a healthier lifestyle, and know when to take a break and move to a position where you're going to use your brain a little bit more maybe than your lung capacity. So that was that. Once again, this is Sham, the responsible restaurant owner. Please subscribe, please comment if you have suffered from asthma and you came across a method that can actually help for the people that are involved in a business where they can have to work physically, so their asthma is actually part of their daily routine. Remember, the secret ingredient is love, and until we meet again, take good care.